Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Carlos Phoenix with the Indie Lounge, and today I have Mathai. Mathai is a great singer, beautiful young girl, age 20, and she has been on The Voice, second season. So if you get a chance to go to YouTube and check out those little segments, I'm sure they have some segments on YouTube of her. But I wanted to introduce the world, or my viewers anyway, to Mathai and her talents. Hi.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good.
So you've been watching me set up all these cameras and stuff today, and I apologize for the length of time.
Okay.
But let's tell some folks about you.
Sure.
So where are you from? What's your background?
All right. From Queens, New York. I was born there, and I lived there for about 10 years. And then I moved to Dallas, Texas, and that was another 8 years. And then I moved to Atlanta about a year and a half ago.
Atlanta. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So you're with Ian.
Yes.
Ian Burke.
Mm-hmm. Ian Burke and Stone Stafford.
You may have seen Ian once before. We did a show with Gabby Ray. And so he and you met somewhere. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Okay, so a little prelude. Senior year of high school, I decided I wanted to do music, and it was like a sudden decision. I was headed towards the medical route. I wanted to be a doctor, and I kind of had a mind shift, and I was like, all right, I'm doing music. I don't know, it was just, I felt it was what I needed to do, and I know that's random, but it's pretty much what happened. And I heard about this talent search on the radio, and it's called AMDC, and it was, the audition for that talent search was the next day. So I went and auditioned for that, and I ended up making it to the auditions in Florida that summer, and that's where I met my current managers, Ian Burke and Stone Stafford.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So he seems to roam around these talent things.
Yeah, Ian's really great at looking for the new happening.
Well, that's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you started singing early then, if you were in high school doing these competitions. Mm-hmm. When did you start singing?
I started singing, my mom says I was always singing. She said from the moment I could open my mouth, I was singing. So I've been doing it. Yeah, I've been doing it for a while, but she put me in voice lessons when I was 3. And so I've been doing jazz voice lessons. I did jazz voice lessons till when I was 9. And then when we moved to Texas, I started doing traditional, like, opera.
Wow.
Choir. Yeah, it was strange.
So you must have a range in your voice.
There's a lot. I've been trained to do that because I started out in alto, ended up a soprano. So that's been cool for me. Just learning traditional voice has been awesome because it teaches you how to breathe properly and
now, do you incorporate
stamina.
any of that in your music? Like, do you just kind of all of a sudden kick into opera?
No, never.
Never.
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, it
I might.
work.
Yeah, you never know. Future. But it's mainly I use like the falsettos, I guess, that I learned in choir for music here. About 2 weeks ago, I'm so excited about this song. I released my single. It's called Once Again, and it's just like it's kind of folk. And it's just like a happy tune. I just love it, and it's been well received. Is this the intro? And it's been like awesome to see fans from The Voice.
Simple girl from a little town, packing up my bags, headed for the city lights where my dreams live at. I'm going away from home, the one place where I belong. Don't know what's around the bend, how the story ends. Now my world is spinning fast, I can't keep my head. All the things I used to know don't make any sense. Oh, I'd give anything, I'd cash in a memory just to see your face once again.
Supporting your music, like that feels good to know that you already have a fan base, you know. It's very, because that's what so many artists are trying to get, you know, and the fact that I already have that is kind of awesome.
That is I guess what I would call a unique trait for you, because that is the hardest thing for a lot of music artists to start. You know, some guys are in a small town or even a big city, and they try to sing or create a band and things like that. And outside of the, let's say, 50 to 100 people that might be in the bar or location at that time, it's hard to really start developing a fan base. And you've been very fortunate to have a show, would probably have a few million viewers, see you in full bloom, listening to your voice. Mm-hmm. So your fan base, how are they communicating with you?
Twitter, Facebook fan page, big Twitter person. Mathai Music is my Twitter handle, and Instagram. I'm huge on Instagram. It's just so entertaining. Like,
now, what are you putting up on Instagram? What kind of pictures?
Why?
Well, okay, so this is why I'm asking. So, okay. I do a little Instagram, and I'm an artist. I paint or draw or whatever, and so that's the type of stuff I'm putting up. Mm-hmm. But I follow quite a few people, and they'll put either pictures of themselves in the mirror, which used to be a very big Facebook thing to do.
Oh, geez.
I know quite a few people who do that, and but then there's others who are like, they go up to a flower and really get in that flower to look beautiful. Okay, see, so you're into just taking some beautiful shots of something,
detail,
and putting them up on.
I love that. But I'll also do people. So I'll do detail and then people, because I'm a big people person. I love my friends and my circle, you know, and I'm always with them when I'm not working. So I don't know. I just like to. I'm very big. It's important to me to keep fans updated, and I make that a focus. So I just want them. I keep my life very transparent. I want fans to see pretty much every aspect of my life, and you'll see it if you follow me on Twitter or Facebook. And Instagram, and my website, all of those together really give you a pretty clear view of who I am. I don't hide a lot. And then that plus the original music I'm putting out this summer, which is basically just stories from my life. So it's, yeah.
Now, stories from your life. There's a pretty popular artist.
No, it's not T-Swift style.
Just checking. Now,
Robert, I hate you.
What kind of influences are you putting in your music? In other words, is it more family-oriented, or is it, previous relationships, just observations of life, or I know a couple of new artists who sent me some music videos that they touch a little bit on the political side. One of them, and if you watched on the lounge, there's one recently about the guns, some violence, and a really heartbreaking song, but it hits home and gets a point across. So what kind of music are you writing? Or if it's one style or one type of storyline.
Well, I think the main connecting factor is that it's all my life. We have 12 songs, and 12 songs that we really loved that we picked for the EP. And then out of those 12 songs, we shaved again down to 7. And the EP is going to be 7 songs. And I think the 7 songs we picked, once again, my single that I just released is about home, and missing home, and that's big for me because I did leave home a year and a half ago when I was 17 years old. I left home and moved to a city where I had no friends, no family, knew no one, which is a pretty big deal for a suburban sheltered girl. So that song is about home, but my other songs, I'd say most of them, I think, are more about coming out as a woman, and just womanhood. And
yeah, you are in that kind of age break where you go from teenager to womanhood.
Yeah, it's weird.
And we've seen some other pop artists who've gone through that, but they had already had some success when they were teenagers, so it's a little bit harder. You have your fan base, and you said you just moved to Atlanta. How's Atlanta treating you?
Atlanta's been awesome. I love it. It took me a while, I think, to get settled because Atlanta's so different from Dallas. That was different. And also because when I first moved here, I was gone for like 6 months because I was in LA filming The Voice. So I never really got settled. And then I went on tour. Then I went to India for a month for missions. Then I went on tour again with the Christian rapper Lecrae. I went on tour with him because I did a song on his CD, which he just won a Grammy for. So
very nice.
Go him. Yeah, that was exciting. So I didn't really get settled till the beginning of this year, but I just decided to dive in. It's just one of those things you have to commit to. Like, you're not going to love it unless you force yourself to love it, you know? So I just had to force myself to really settle into this life instead of wasting time wishing for home, which is when I wrote Once Again. So it worked for that, you know? But, yeah.
What's the future looking like?
Well, we finished the EP. So we did have that. We had those months and months where we were working on music like every day, and we finished all that music. So I'm pretty much, it's not as heavy for me with the music making. So that's cool. Not as many late nights at the studio. I'm still writing on my own, but as far as recording and all go, and I guess editing and revising our songs, we're not really doing much of that because we already have the songs. And my producers are just mixing right now. So we're getting the EP finished up, and I'm releasing the 7-song EP. We want to release it next month or this summer. We're not really sure on a date. It just depends on like the right opportunity and finding the right video crew to film my EP single, or the single that's going to be off of my EP. And just waiting on those things, but it's exciting because we're done, you know, so we're done with the music, which is sometimes the easiest part, you know. Marketing is the hardest part, honestly.
Now, and do you even know what that's going to be like?
Well, I have somewhat of an idea. We have a PR agency that we're working with right now, and they're helping get us out to bloggers because I don't know if you've heard, I'm sure you've heard of Thrift Shop by Macklemore. Walking into the club, I'm like, what up? No.
Yes.
I'm sure some of y'all out there have heard of Thrift Shop by Macklemore. But anyways, the way he got a lot of his notoriety, because he's not signed to a label, he's independent. So he got a lot of his notoriety by latching on to bloggers, local bloggers. And he actually already had a pretty full-fledged fan base before he made it big, like national, worldwide, or whatever. And so we're trying to hit that hard through bloggers, you know, and our PR team, and just doing things like this where we can contact and reach people that I can't with my own power, you know, not with.
There's only so far Twitter and Facebook get you.
Exactly.
Unless there's some airplay somewhere, or, you know, and then they can follow you.
Right.
Leads me to the next question. How can people follow you?
Well, I'm glad you asked. They can follow me on Twitter at Mathai Music. Where I tweet about random life happenings and inspirational quotes, but they're not cheesy. So.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Well,
I'm cooking today rice and beans.
Right. Actually. Well, if I say that,
okay, sorry. No offense.
No, but if I say that, I will post a picture, so it's not just like I let you know, like I let you know, and you can look at a picture of how awesome my cooking is right now.
Okay, so that's Twitter. What about Facebook?
You can follow me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Mathai Music.
Cool. Instagram,
which I'm on a lot, so you should follow me. This is Mathai.
Okay.
This is, just Mathai.
Any music sites?
Yeah.
Reverb Nation, SoundCloud, anything like that?
I'm on SoundCloud.
Okay.
I'm on Reverb Nation. My single is on those websites, and also my single is also on iTunes right now. So yeah, I mean, if you go to my website, they'll list it all out, and then I have like a bunch of YouTube covers I've done of Bon Iver, Estelle, Kanye West covers.
Well, and I'll put some of that stuff. If you're watching the video on the webpage, theloungenetwork.com, you can actually look down there. It'll be there. Not all of them. I'll put a few. And
Right.
we'll also, and you probably by now have heard at least a part of her recent single. On the webpage, there'll also be links to the iTunes music store where you can take a listen to the sample there. And then, of course, you may want to buy the song.
Yeah,
so let's support
buy
our
it.
artists. So any aspirations, like many artists do, to get into the film industry? I mean, the film industry is growing a lot here in Atlanta. So there are some opportunities. Have you thought or have you even made moves on that yet?
Yeah, my man Ian really wants to get me in on the film industry. He's got an eye for what's happening.
Man's taking care of it.
Yeah, he's jumping in on it, and he is. I mean, I think right now we're focusing more on the EP because music is my priority, but Ian's goal is to get me into whatever film or anything he can get me into. Actually, right now we're hopefully things will happen out of some conversations we're having with a Bollywood producer who's producing music for a movie right now. So, I mean, of course, it's all, just hope and pray it works out. But, like, it's just exciting to think of films and,
the potential.
Yeah,
that's all there.
Exactly. And, like, acting in it or having music on there, and it's, I think before I entered this whole world and before The Voice, you always think of the music industry as something so unattainable, and that music you hear on the radio, like Jay-Z and, Rihanna, it's like, it's so unattainable. And maybe superstardom is a difficult thing, or maybe it's just luck, but I do know after The Voice and the things that have happened in this past year and a half that it's not really as far away as you think. If you believe you have something that the world needs to see, it's crazy how the opportunities will almost come to you, because if your talent is truly magnetic, like sometimes the right opportunities will open for you and people will come to you. So I think that's just like an encouragement because I'm sure you have a lot of fans who are aspiring artists. Like, just keep...
I have no fans. We're just talking in this room. No one will ever watch this. No, you're right. And a lot of the people that I interview, it's a big step to just pursue it. It's a big step to take that chance because, everybody and their mother wants to be an artist and a rapper and all those type of things. And it's hard to know who's going to succeed, but it seems like those who are the most aggressive create their own path to it.
Right.
And I like to find those folks because I want to see where in their heart, in their gut, they really get that strength to just go for it anyway. And just, it's like jumping out of an airplane and realizing, did I grab the parachute?
Right.
Sometimes
or did I
you just know
commit
that
suicide?
you might just land on your feet. So,
Yeah.
Your story is very interesting. Did you get selected in The Voice? Mm-hmm. And who was your coach?
Adam.
Now, was there more than one person that said, "Hey, I want you"?
Mm-hmm. CeeLo and Blake.
And you chose Adam because
He was hot. I was 17.
I knew it.
I was 17. Give me a break.
Because when I'm watching this show, and I see and he'll say, "Oh, I want you. I will fire this whole stage, and I'll kill everybody.
Adam's
I
the
want
best.
you."
Adam's the best at convincing you, and you just look into those eyes, and you
Yeah,
can't
and all
resist.
his tats are flaring at
Right.
you. Yeah, I know. I don't have a man crush on him, but
But you have a man crush on him. Don't lie. I see it in your eyes.
Justin Timberlake. I'm sorry, man. No, anyways. So yeah, all right. So Adam, and I know you guys have your private sessions, your private discussions. What is the most memorable thing that he said to you? You don't remember. She was looking at him the whole time, and it was just like, oh.
Right, that too.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. It was awesome being on Adam's team because he really believed in me, and it was kind of cool. Honestly, he gave me his cell phone number and everything, just to call and hint, if you just want to kidnap my phone and whatever. But it's just that was an honor, things like that show that of him showing that he believes in me, and it's not just oh yeah, you'll do great, and stay away from me, he wanted to help me, and for picking the songs for the show, like, he was always like, just call me, like, we'll figure it out. Like, I remember calling him one time when he was on the set shooting the music video for, was it Moves Like Jagger? No, it was the one where he is like an office man or something. He pretends to be like a regular worker in an office. I don't remember what song it was. That's really bad. But it was one of those songs, and like, just like the fact that like he was helping me with my situation while he was doing all that, that was really cool. And it was just an honor, a huge honor.
So would you say, and you know, and we're not going to extend this any longer, I'll probably just use this as the last question. There will be moments in time, and I'm sure, because it happens in almost every aspect of this particular industry especially, where you're right at the edge of potential success, and you know it may teeter back to the wrong way. Would it be cool to just be able to say, dude, I need that little extra push. Can you pull a string? Do you feel that you may be able to do something like that?
I feel like I could. I don't think I could now, because there's a lot of work right now that I could be doing on my own, and I would be wasting a valuable resource.
That's true.
You know?
Well, the fact that you recognize that is good, is impressive.
Yeah, it's true, because, I mean, you really only, sometimes one shot's all you got with a person, with an opportunity, with whatever. But if I was on the edge of something and like I desperately needed just a little, the slightest push that wouldn't take any effort, that Adam specifically could help me with, I would definitely call him or message him or something, you know, and ask for that, you know, and I wouldn't be expecting an answer, you know, because he's a busy guy, but the fact that I have that resource, because I know he does care, even if he has to move on in the sense.
And that means a lot. I mean, and it says a lot about Adam. Not that we're going to turn this into an Adam conversation, but
Adam and all the girls go.
But you know, it's cool, particularly as a fan watching that show. You know, a lot of shows have gimmicks, and it's cool to know that in behind the scenes there's some care, and it's good to hear that that he showed that extra sense of caring for your talents.
For sure.
So, any last words?
I would say, if I had to pick last words, I would say make sure you grab a hold of my EP when I release it this summer, because I'm literally so excited for that song, because like Once Again was awesome, and I love that song so much because it's like home, it's soft, it's sweet, you know, but this song, the single, is so dang sassy, and I love it. It's just like, you know, the whole finger thing, that's what it is. Like, it's just, well, I'm not positive if we're picking it as a single, so I don't want to call it out, say the name of it, but I'm just excited for this song, and I would get the EP. I mean, every single song on the EP I love, you know, but that song, there's just something about it, like, you just want to bump to it, and like the guys who have heard that song told me they were jamming out to it in the car. Yeah, like divas.
Do you have a name for the EP yet, or not yet?
It'll probably be the name of the single.
Okay.
But we haven't decided if that's a single.
Well, I'll be sure to let everybody know.
Yay.
As when they decide.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Total sweetheart. And my microphone ran out of time. But anyway, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. There's more to come, and check out her single. Check out her music when it comes out. I'll be sure to update you as often as possible.